one of the videos I wanted to see is Blue Protocol after 1 year. So let's see what's going on in the situation in JP's Blue Protocol, because this is one of the games I'm pretty excited or so. Well, ever since I've been hearing issues or so that's been happening over here on the west side of it, at least the development of it, or like what they're changing basically, right? Is not looking very well. So this might be a problem, chat. This might be a problem. I don't understand why like people can't make a good anime MMO, you know? I'm just like, bro, come on, man. It's not that hard. Like, seriously, I just don't understand. Like, I really do not understand. Like, I feel like every single, like, anime, like, esque kind of game or so, like, every, like, one good, like, just one good anime-esque game, you get about, like, 100 shitty versions of it. Like, seriously. Or subpar versions of, like, one good one, you know? Like, Code Vein was a good one, you know? But then, like, you know, all the other ones that came out afterwards, it's, you know, anime-esque. You know, for some apparent reason, the Sword Art Online games are still a hit for some apparent reason. I have no idea how they're still pumping those games out, to be honest. You know, I'm still surprised, personally, but yeah.
So I wanted to communicate to everyone living outside Japan the situation with Blue Protocol. I haven't really seen
Wait,
anyone.
what the fuck? Is this Blue Protocol? Is this what it looks like? God damn. It looks like they threw in an anime character in a very realistic, like, setting background or so.
Mention what's going on recently, and I thought it would be nice for people to know and understand exactly what's going on. Blue Protocol has been getting updates every once a month, and now while that sounds nice, it hasn't really revitalized the game to what it once
Mobile
was on
games.
release or even a few months after release. The game has been steadily declining in popularity in the JP region and hasn't experienced any sustainable recovery in its 1 year of service, which
Oh, Jesus Christ.
is really sad to see, as I'm a fan of this game since I've heard about it back
Damn. Damn.
in 2019, where I saw the game having so much potential, but it's getting very mismanaged so far. So before I dive deep into this topic, a little backstory about me. I did play the game for about 2,000 hours and maxed every class.
Any sane person.
I also placed top 3 in a few of the game's leaderboards. I made a couple text guides here and there. I love this game. I love to beta test it so that the overseas version can be better. But recently, I and many friends that also played are starting to push away and cut a lot of playtime from this game. It's
All
core
males are
problems and bugs
100%.
that have not been fixed that are killing off the player base.
Wait, there's still bugs in it. Wait, hold on. Can I see this picture real quick?
Push away and cut a lot of playtime from this game.
All males IRL. Yeah, you see that, chat? You see how many girls there are on this picture, chat? You see how many girls there are on this picture? Every single one of them is a dude, okay? Every single one of them is a dude.
Game. It's core problems and bugs that have not been fixed that are killing off the player base. It's pretty evident that the game is
Blue Protocol is now ranked 119th on the PlayStation Store rankings after its first anniversary. Yikes. Ooh. That's definitely not good.
Is it doing well when you look at statistics? According to People on 5chan, Japan's version of 4chan, Blue Protocol is currently ranked 119th place on games with total sales on Japan PlayStation Store with a rating of 2.5.
Ooh.
It has roughly stayed around that rating since the launch of console back in December 2023. The sales ranking tends to spike when the game gets a major update, but gradually goes down even further every time. It's important to note that console is still huge in Japan. According to an article in 2023,
Console's the
over
most popular
70%
format
of
among
every
Japanese
JP
gamers
gamer is using a console
72%.
regularly. Now, I
Well, that's
believe
'cause Sony is
mobile
over there, that's
likely
why.
overtook console in this year, but console should still be relatively up there. This means that the console ranking and rating paints a fairly accurate conclusion with how the game is holding up on both PC and console. Then you have a Japanese game journalist website saying that Bandai's Blue Protocol is part of the blame for Bandai losing profit in the current fiscal year.
Bandai Online cutting around 16% of its staff of 250 employees since the start of this year. Players
Damn.
speculating how many concurrent users are left, which is estimated to be about 4,000, which lines up with how hard it is to make content if you aren't playing at very specific JP peak hours. And most of the open world zones being a ghost town supporting this.
It's a huge rabbit hole, but to summarize, the game isn't doing that great.
Yeah.
Now, what are these issues that are holding this game back? Well, the first is the lack of content. This has been a complaint since the game launched, and very little has been done a year later. A common misconception is how people outside the JP region see JP getting all this content announced on live streams and assumes the game is doing well. Well, the reality is that JP is not doing well. Most of the content is copy-pasted dungeons that have almost no exciting fights in them and many uninspired map designs. Almost every dungeon is run to the next room, gather all the enemies, elites, bosses together, press all buttons in almost any order, and then repeat until no more rooms. In a lot of cases, there's no strategy involved after gathering the enemies due to a bug that freezes all enemies, causing them to do nothing if too many skills are hitting too many enemies on the map.
What the fuck? Are you serious? So if you get all of the enemies in one single place and you like do damage to all the enemies, they won't attack you? God damn.
Been a bug for almost a year now and has hurt a lot of the potential the
God
fights could
damn.
have had. I don't believe that these specific pieces of content will get much better if Bandai fixes the bug, because there's still a core issue with the combat, which is DR, or damage reduction. So what do I mean by that? The game has too many ways of lowering damage taken to flat out negating damage altogether in some cases. Yes, you can take 0 damage. The DR system makes many forms of hard content too easy and makes farming content boring for many people.
Damn.
This is getting worse as more forms of DR are being introduced. Bandai doesn't seem to have acknowledged this problem, which is unfortunate because,
Jesus.
well, we're probably not going to see any changes done to this for a really long time. Okay, so I was about to finish editing this video, but wanted to include this bit of information because I felt it was important, because some of my information kind of sounded like it overlapped. If the content is too easy, then why isn't everyone pretty much clearing it, you know? The fact lies in how the game doesn't really teach the players how to play the game. Many players get to max level by pressing their auto attack and occasionally 1 to 2 skills. Let me show you an example of how to farm in the open world. Okay, so I was about to show an example of open world leveling, but turns out most of the open world leveling zones are pretty dead with no players. No big surprise there. So I'm just going to demonstrate it by open world farming, which is pretty much the same as open world leveling. So pretty much you just sit in one spot, press lock on, spam your basic skills.
Wow.
Yep, and this is pretty much it. We just stand in one spot. Another option to level is to do dungeon.
Wow, that is so boring as shit. I'm not gonna lie. That is actually really boring. Oh my goodness gracious me.
Dungeons, which goes back to my previous point that it's just a running simulator for new players. Typically post-release, new players get carried into these dungeons by veteran players farming the dungeon on their alt classes. Today, players pretty much don't need to know what their class does to reach endgame farming dungeons and reach max gear score right after. So when players go from content that doesn't require much level thinking to immediately content that requires them to know how to stack buffs and debuffs, know how DR works, understand how to dodge if DR isn't available, how to rotate buffs with other players, how to do a basic rotation or like even DPS on the class, then they don't want to run it anymore because it's too daunting to learn everything at once in order to not grief the run. Once you understand all these concepts though, then you realize that the content is actually
that's not that
pretty
great,
easy.
to be honest.
And trust
Hello,
me when I
Sato.
say
Thank you
that
for the
many players
follow.
do not understand how to play their class or understand the gearing system. For example, there's many players at endgame farming dungeons that use B imagines that don't provide much for themselves or the team, and it's common to have classes that give 10 to 20% debuffs to enemies, and these players are not casting these skills for most of the farming run. So realistically, the only big motivation left if the fights aren't that good yet is the progression. However, even progression has its
Yeah.
problems. It's a sucky feeling to have to grind a copy
Oh
paste
well,
a
your name
dungeon
has
when there
Sato
isn't
in it.
much
That's
content
why.
to
So
use
I
it
just go
on
off
as
the
an
first
average
name.
player.
So, oh, welcome to
Then
the
after
stream.
about 1 or 2 months, most of the
It'll
gear
take me
you
a while
grinded
to
for
get
becomes
used to your
irrelevant
second
as new
name.
copy
So,
pasted
'cause I usually
dungeons
go by
get
the first
released
name.
offering slightly stronger gear. And then according to a survey Bandai done in October of 2023, only 5% of their player base actually cared about extremely challenging content where you have to use min-max gear. Bandai continues to release these types of challenging content that a small fraction of the player base cares about, while continuing to release copy-pasted content for
Wow. Only 5%. Only 5% of players actually care about like hard end game content stuff. Damn. It's like Genshin. It's like basically like Genshin all over again.
for the majority audience. That's what's actually being shown to JP players in these live streams and why JP people are upset. They feel neglected that content is being isolated for only a single digit percent of the player base. On top of that, most of the newer challenging content is generally a clear once for the new cosmetics and then never again type of content. So naturally, less
This is worse
people
than
would want to
Elden
try it
Ring.
as there isn't enough incentive to do it. There isn't enough content in the game that would make the average player want to keep playing. Now, if the
Interesting.
content wasn't the deal breaker, it would be the amount of bugs and unoptimizations the game is riddled with. The 1-2-1 error bug is a notable one. It happens very often in
The
solo
1-2
instances
arrow?
if your ping happened to spike for any reason for a fraction of a second. The game would kick you out and you would often lose all your progress in the solo instance.
What the fuck? Are you serious? You get for 1 millisecond or so, it'll kick you out? Holy shit.
This is incredibly frustrating within instances where you are in there for almost 10 minutes and suddenly you get kicked. 1-2-1 error code can also happen in raid activities where too many skills are registering on a single target, causing the boss to be unable to fight back or do anything, while also occasionally
Oh my. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. No 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 no. Are you serious? Even the bosses?
disconnecting some of the people in the raid. The disconnection mid-raid can also cause people to be temporarily banned from doing raids.
What the fuck? Are you serious? You get banned from Oh, dude, no way.
Keep in mind that these raids are on an hourly schedule, so being kicked out of one might mean that you have to wait a few hours until the next raid is up. It's incredibly frustrating, and there doesn't seem to be like any sort of solution in sight, as it's been happening for months now. And then that's just one bug out of 180 plus bugs listed on the official Blue.
Oh my god, hold on. 180 bugs, and they haven't done it in this game. This game has been out for a year, and they still haven't solved the issues. Let me
And
see,
that's
hold on.
just one bug out of.
In some cases, you may not be able to perform any operations other than moving the cursor on the results screen after the raid mission ends. The information of the character displayed in the block list is displayed and cannot be displayed due to restrictions. The current number of rose orbs displayed when opening the anniversary free celebration pack is displayed as 0.
180 plus bugs.
If loading occurs during the matching application for matching support, an error will be displayed at the time of an entry, and you will not be able to enter. Some parts of the treat series costume may be distorted. If you activate the skill rampant in Sudden Death Battle Trial 2, you will take damage. What the fuck? You will take damage? Are you serious? The effect of the EP continuous recovery may not be activated correctly in the spellcaster.
Is listed.
The effect of, let me see, when using the blood axe and using the desperado alpha pursuit, the occurrence of HP consumption may be delayed. Wearing a tank top medium dull gray green on a certain body type causes the display to collapse. After selecting an idea or recipe on the reward display screen, the ability lottery probability is not displayed on the finished product display
On the
screen.
official Blue Protocol page. If you want to check out
While wearing a combination of specific upperwear and lowerwear part of the display collapses when sitting sideways or sitting on your back. Unable to earn achievements and titles when reaching abandoned mines and free search leakage. The leader name is displayed as text block in the team management screen. The wearing promise def F and the promise def F coral is displayed on the lower abdominal collapses. The BGM does not play in the boss battle of the missions of the Kaijin Cave. And the Kaijin Cave additional... Oh my god, music doesn't even play for this shit. Are you serious?
the rest of the bugs for yourself.
The damage of summoning skills that affects poison in battle in-game is lower. Wait, what the fuck? Are you serious? In Kanaloa's, there are places where HP recovery speed increases effect does not work when staying in the village. If you only hit the finish of the Blitz Lancer tactical skill, Rapid Spear Beta, the movement speed reduction debuff granted by activating the engraving and Entang will disappear. When wearing the shoes M in the moon, the display collapses under certain conditions. What are the conditions? In some parts of the Promises costume series, the display may be broken when equipped in combination with certain costumes. Damn, even the costumes are fucking broken in this game. Holy shit, dude.
I will post a link in the description below. And then there's also some optimizations like camera being jarring on some classes, the pain of auto picking up low level gear and having to sell it later, the amount of clicks needed to upgrade plugs or gear. All of these are not that big, but add to the amalgamation of issues that would otherwise burn average player out. Now, with all that in mind, there's still a lot that Bandai has done well in the game.
Damn.
The Be Imagine system, which might be where Withering Waves got the idea for echoes, is very fun to use. The skills are nice to use, and there's a lot of optimizations you can do with them to make them very fluid. The graphics are great if you have a strong enough PC to handle it, the story is decent. All of this shows that the game has potential to pop off if it's managed better. I think management needs to understand who its target audience is and cater to them and not the 5% sweaty tryhards. These guys are killing most of the casuals by releasing fun content that they cannot do. Just look at Wildstar or currently Lost Ark. These two games aren't popular, with one of the problems being the devs care way too much about the hardcore player base and not giving enough attention to everyone else. Blue Protocol seems to be following that same path, and I hope they don't stick with it. With the new arena content shown...
Oh, okay. All right. So it looks like okay, so I misheard it, right? So it looks like that the devs are just listening to the 5% player base, which is the hardcore audiences, and then everyone else is like a big fuck you, basically. And that's pretty much about it. So that's the reason why it's like going downward spiral, is because they're listening to the 5% apparently.
Where you fight this like boss out of Terra looks very exciting, and I can't wait to try it out. Unfortunately, it's another piece of content that's not supposed to be cleared by at least 90% of the player base. So if we're ever getting change, it won't be for a while, it seems. Bandai does seem like they're releasing minigames as update and housing in a future update. Maybe there's still hope for the majority, but I hope they do something about the combat and the progression, which are the main
Hey guys, look, we're here for the volleyball chat. We're here for the volleyball chat.
Which are, the game's main selling points at the moment besides the cosmetics. Well, anyways, if you want to see the new update at the end of this month, stop by my Twitch channel. You will be able to chat with me in real time and see firsthand what it's like playing Blue Protocol. I'll be covering it when it first comes out in June 26. If you like...
Damn, that's crazy. So it's already out already. It's already out for this specific, this specific thing anyways. So they've already played it or so? No, they haven't. Well, I don't know. I can't tell, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe it's just not posted here or anything like that, but it looks like he hasn't played it, at least as of at the moment. So this was the last thing. Let's see. Yeah, that's a bit crazy, to be honest. Honestly, that's a bit crazy. Yeah, the last one was just 4 days ago. Oh my goodness gracious me. This game is definitely sure having its rough time at this very moment. Oh my god. I'm kind of concerned about that, to be frankly honest. That's crazy. That's actually like, dude, they have so, why? The amount of fucking bugs are here. That's crazy. 20 pages. 20 pages of bugs, chat. 20 pages. If a block occurs during a party invitation, it will not be canceled. The interact button for the character remains on the character selection screen even after connection is disconnected. The DualShock 4 and the DualSense is not recognized even if it's connected after starting the battle. If you are killed while the HUD is hidden, you will not be able to revive yourself. What the fuck? No way. That's crazy. Hey, Kokoro. That's insane. When the team leader leaves and there's only one member left, the team cannot be disbanded immediately. Oh my goodness gracious me. That one sounds like a bit of a pain. When the game's aspect ratio is not 16:9, a different background appears for a moment in the black bars. What? Bandai, it's Bandai. What do you expect? They can't even fix their single player games, let alone their MMOs. Yikes, dude. That's not great. I'm concerned. I'm very concerned, to be frankly honest. After learning this situation on itself, thank you very much for Cactus on the information on that. To be frankly honest, are they uploading by any chance, or was that their only upload? It's literally their only upload. They've been uploading Withering Wave stuff, but man, dude, that's crazy. Wow.
So
What does the comment section have to say about this, actually? Imagine making a cool IP, an MMO idea, but drop the ball so hard now it's now sitting in the center of the earth. As someone who's originally waiting for global, I've lost all hype for the release of this game. Could release tomorrow, and I doubt I'd touch it. Honestly, I really wanted to play this game and patiently wait for their release for years. But region log, Amazon, that's just death sentence already. Yeah. Okay, thank you for explaining why it's delayed, because a lot of us don't know the state at all. If this was communicated by the community manager, we would not be crying as much as or me holding out hoping it'll turn up this year. Oh, hey Katie Boo, welcome back. Yeah. Well, as you can tell, Chad, Blue Protocol is not doing very well, to be frankly honest. Blue Protocol is dying, and it is declining pretty rapidly, which is not great, because apparently even if there's like a big major update, it'll spike a little bit, but apparently it'll dip down even harder. So damn, definitely when this game comes out on global, it'll probably get like its peak or so for maybe a couple weeks, and then it'll probably die down afterwards. And then if these bugs still show up in the global version of Blue Protocol, oh, this game is completely like dead, like 100%. So like no joke, this game would be completely dead, like 100%. It's not gonna last very long on the global side. There might be a few players that will be playing it, but I don't know. Things are yeah. Anyways, that was pretty interesting to take a look at. The state of Blue Protocol is not looking good, but anyways, you guys can leave me down in the comment section. Are you guys gonna play Blue Protocol? I don't know. I'll play it. I'll give it a try, but then like if it's not fun, I'll just stop playing it, and that's pretty much it, and uninstall it, and then I'll just go play something else at the end of the day. So I'm not gonna force myself something that I just don't like to play or sink so much time and if that's what it is. But who knows? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when it comes out on global. So anyways, peace.